The night holds terror too horrible to be seen.
Wow, Pencil, great intro. The video game thing, awesome. This movie thing, awesome. What? A minute. Oh man. Okay. This is a quick little cut in from our usual. This is obviously a recording from like about 8 months ago. So I hope you enjoy what me and Papel, and I think Pencil's in there at some point. This is pretty old. But again, this is probably the only thing that we had that we weren't able to upload due to the lease and the moving out and the old studio. You'll hear the sound. It's much different than what you're hearing now because I'm actually on a microphone. But in that case, it's just a movie. It's nothing, too good. Damn. Well, I threw that under the bus. Sorry, I'm tired. I was supposed to do this before the movie, and instead I'm doing it after the game, and I don't know. But anyways, I hope you really enjoy. Papel, E-Ray-Sir, which is me, and of course Pencil directing everything in the background. For your presentation and viewing pleasure, Night of the Living Dead!
To a night of total night of the living dead, the dead who live on living flesh, the dead whose haunted souls hunt the living whose bodies are the only food for these ungodly creatures. Night of the living dead. A bizarre adventure in fear. An experience in shock, more shattering than your strangest nightmare. Night of the living dead. A night with the dead who cannot die. A night of total terror. Night of the living dead.
I gotta admit, that by far was the worst trailer I've ever seen for a movie. I don't know, Night of the Living Dead. I think he said that like 5 times. At one point he even goes, Night. And then it feels like, oh, he forgot. He's like, oh wait, I gotta read the rest of it. Of the Living Dead. La 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 la. Whoa, anywho, so yeah, that's the movie we're watching, Night of the Living Dead. Here's the intro, and we're gonna pause it in a little bit. I don't think we need to do the video game pause. Right here. Okay, so you notice, for your viewing pleasure, Night of the Living Dead. Oh, thank you, Pencil. I appreciate that. You see, this is our version of the movie, Night of the Living Dead, and you can see Night is, it's still the hollowed out letters, so it is the newer version of the movie, as opposed to the original black and white. However, the letters are in white. Most of the colorized versions that you find of this movie actually have these letters, like you can see in the little image here. It's an image because we're adding it on top of this film. It's in red. So that tells you that it was the colorized version of the movie, as opposed to our version, which is not the colorized. It's the black and white movie just turned into color. So one version came out and was produced in color, I guess. It was edited in color. So it's perfectly in color. Everything is in color. The color's more vibrant in a way. It's still a little dull, in my opinion. It looks very kind of like I Love Lucy episodes that are turned into color, where instead of white, you get a lot of yellows. Instead of, you get what, yellows, greens. You get like really off colors. In my opinion, this movie right here, I know the car looks kind of weird. It's purple here, but in the actual movie version, it's red. In the black and white, obviously it's black. What the original color? I'm assuming it's red. But again, I like the fact that here it's purple because you can see how the black and white version of the car, when the red of the real car is colorized, you get the red, you get the black and white, and it turns purple. So it's like, what? Again, I still think it adds to the feature. It adds to the movie being like, a ReTried movie. It's a ReTried version of Night of the Living Dead. I don't think we're going to pause the movie anymore. You may continue, Pensile. Hey, Papel, step in whenever you want to.
No, está bien. Me gusta que tú tomes cargo. Yo en verdad no sé qué estoy haciendo aquí. Vine para dejarte más videos de Popeye y los últimos de Noche. Pero ahora veo que estás viendo películas y quieres mi opinión. No entiendo mucho qué pasa con estos vivos muertos caminando y comiendo personas, pero lo que sí sé que esta película es un poco rara. Me hace entender que a veces las personas no saben de dónde vinieron la epidemia de los zombies, pero yo pienso que los zombies vinieron originalmente de la momia. Yo era un muchachito, chavalito, chiquito, en mi país de Sudamérica, y me acuerdo estar viendo las películas de la momia. Mucho miedo. ¡Ay, la momia viene! La momia camina, la momia no puede morir. Y de ahí pienso que vinieron los primeros zombies, pero ya eso no es algo de tema para hablar. Ese carro no parece rojo, en mi opinión, parece azul. Y actualmente ahora se ve morado. Uy, esta película va a ser un poco rara.
Yeah, look, even the American flag. What colors were those, man? Yo, man, this is a trippy movie. We should, you know what? We should put in the thumbnail. This is like the 3D version of the movie. Like, I'm telling you, that car's not purple.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
We're
A
gonna
lot of
try
good
not
the
to
extra
talk
daylight
over the
does
dialogue
us.
so you can follow.
Now, we've still got a 3-hour
been out for
drive
like
back.
80
We're not going to
years.
be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do
By
it.
the way, if you've never
I
seen this
want to
movie,
blow Sunday on a scene like this.
this is
You
not
know,
the version
I
you
figure we're
wanna
either going
see.
to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like
Okay,
this.
so quick synapses. We're obviously doing reviews,
Is there any of that
so
candy left?
this is Johnny, and this is his sister.
We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5
Okay,
minutes.
he is Johnny.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth.
He's actually
Mother wants to
mad.
remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Their brother and sister, their mother has sent them to leave flowers on a grave for a family member.
Ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
So the radio's kind of bugging out. They've had technical issues. Kind of leading you to something. Uh-oh, the radio's not working. But not their radio, the actual feed of the radio. So he's Johnny. I know she's like...
Nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it
I don't know
in?
if she's Marsha or Martha or something. Because at one point, he starts doing this whole, they're coming for you. I think he says Marsha or Martha or something with an M and ends with an A. And not Maria. We're not bothering Maria anymore.
¿Alguien dijo María? No, María, todavía estás jugando Pokémon.
It's late. If you'd gotten up
Oh
earlier.
my goodness.
Look, I already lost an hour's sleep on the time.
You know, actually,
think you
Pokemon brings up a
complain
good
just to
point.
get yourself
Pencil,
caught.
man, we still haven't done that Pokemon
There it
video,
is.
man. What's up with that?
Are you serious? I mean, we haven't even finished the game series yet, and with all these copyrights.
Okay, Pencil, relax. You don't gotta go all off on your thing. I was just bringing up a point. I completely forgot about that Pokemon thing. Or Pokemon. Actually, they're usually called pocket monsters, but...
I wonder what happened to the one from last year.
Okay, so Johnny puts
Each
down
year
the
we spend
wreath.
good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
He brings up a good point.
Flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year.
Exactly.
Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
You go to a cemetery, you leave flowers, that's fine. But when you leave objects, understand those objects are getting collected, they're getting recycled, and they're getting resold back to you so you can bring them again the next year. It's a business. By the way, there's no bodies in these tombs. They're all empty. We gotta do that video. We definitely gotta do that video,
come on,
man.
Barb.
Hollow
Church
graves.
was this morning, huh?
Okay, there goes thunder, apparently, or they're flashing light at him. I don't know. Remember, this movie was made in the 60s, so there's another person probably looking for a dead family member. Very sad. The cemetery, the one place you know you can go and actually nobody is paying attention since there's nobody there. Completely empty.
Hey, I mean, praying's for church, huh? Come on.
Johnny the
I
American,
haven't seen you in church lately.
wearing driving gloves.
Well, there's not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you be damned to hell." Remember that?
It's
Right
Jewish.
over there.
He just gave his accent.
Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
Hey, you're still afraid.
Okay,
stop it now.
now
I
here
mean
comes
it.
her name, because I don't remember too well. This part's pretty famous.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Barbara! Dude, I thought it was
it.
Marsha.
You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Ah, Bárbara, bonito nombre.
You're
Me
acting
gustan
like
todas
a
las
child.
mujeres que se llaman Bárbara.
coming for you.
Algunas de ellas me gusta que le digan Barbie.
There comes one of them now.
Hey, what are you doing, Papel? You can't
He'll
say
hear
that.
you.
Here he comes now. I'm
Tú
getting
estabas
out.
hablando la vez pasada de MJ. Y yo sé que tú no trabajas para Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Papel, nice. Very nice.
Oh!
Oh, he's a zombie! Ah! Get him, Johnny!
Help me!
He'll take him out. At this point, zombies are not super strong. They also can't run, and, well, he can't think either, so he's not gonna pick up a weapon and hit him. Or is he? Oh, he took off his glasses! The zombie's a lot smarter than I thought. Okay, now Johnny, run away. Okay, maybe not. While they're wrestling, I guess. Oh, never mind. There goes Johnny. Well, he's dead. Very famous zombie. Very famous zombie. Now, technically speaking, the first zombie, sort of, unless you want to dispute Papel's claim about, you know, the mummy being the first zombie. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to go into where the zombie origin came from. Walking Dead. Heck, I'd even go as far as to say Frankenstein was the first original zombie. A bunch of, you know, dead body parts get reanimated and come back to life. But again, that's neither here nor there. Hey, we could do Frankenstein. You know what? We might actually do all these monster classic movies because they're not copyrighted or copywritten. And I mean, we don't really care about the movies. We just want to talk. So she's running away. My good friend Miss Barbara. She's obviously inside of a car and not driving away. She's just in there with doors and windows closed because I guess she thinks that'll keep her safe. He's really pounding on that glass. And there goes my theory of not being smart. He actually went back and picked up a rock. So here's the problem. If he's really a zombie and he's dead and he's after her human flesh, why didn't he eat Johnny who is back there dead? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so that's probably why she didn't drive away in the red, gray, blue, purple car. You know what that reminds me of, Papel? Did you ever have those little Hot Wheels cars that if you put in cold water, they used to change colors, and then if you put in hot water, it would be another color? That's kind of what this thing looks like. Because they used to give that little bluish color. I used to like that cotton candy coat. Like, man, that was really nice, man. You used to put like half of it gold, the other half hot, and then the middle like the same, so you had like two different colors. Man, those that type of stuff, you know, I'm sure those cars probably are expensive right now. I don't think they exist anymore. So there goes that trippy car. There she goes. That's the worst way to park a car, by the way. With your driver's side door jammed between you and the tree. Yeah, you're not getting out through there. So she's obviously running away. Looks like she's running away. This reminds me of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, I wonder if that movie's copyrighted. A lot of these horror movies are pretty.
Yo quisiera saber si ese hombre está muerto. ¿Por qué la sigue buscando a esa mujer y no se regresó a comer a la víctima que acaba de dejar?
Yeah, so Papel's kind of right. That's what I was saying before. So if these zombies are flesh eaters, which they're probably not, because this was the first zombie movie, what is the purpose of the zombie? Like, what is it doing? It killed Johnny, it got rid of him, I guess, and now it's going after her. But what does it want to do with her? Like, it just wants to kill her. And then what once she's dead, it keeps going, or you know what I mean? Because I think later on in this movie, again, I haven't seen this movie in a long time. In fact, this is the first time I've seen it in color. I actually saw the original in black and white, and I didn't even see the actual movie. I saw it in one of those Elvira. I don't know if I can even upload that, man. It might be copyrighted. It was like Elvira Mackay. Man, she was freaking hot, too. Oh my goodness, that was another girl. And she used to do like Up All Night type of movies, and she did Night of the Living Dead on MTV for Halloween. And I remember watching that movie at that point, and it was just like, oh, this is Night of the Living Dead. Wow, what a boring movie. I'm sorry, it's just, I didn't see like at that point, zombies and all that. I mean, it was all right. Elvira really sold that movie, man. If it wasn't for Elvira, I probably wouldn't have watched it. Oh my goodness. I mean, with Elvira, I probably would have watched anything. Oh! Pensile, seriously, man. Wow, you really want to get me in trouble, you know? But I was a kid, so it doesn't matter. I was in the past. But anyways, I haven't seen the movie in a long time. But yeah, at one point during the movie, if I remember correctly, they talk about the fact that these reanimated corpses are actually eating the flesh of the regular corpses. Now, remember, this is not brains. Brains, being the appetite of the zombie, came with Return of the Living Dead, that little comedy spoof horror type of movie. In that version of zombies, that's where they started incorporating the fact that these zombies like eating brains. And then after that, it took a life of its own, and it became, you know, the ongoing motif where these zombies aren't eating flesh, they're actually eating brains. I prefer flesh because it makes more sense for the book that I'm writing. No, but it seems more realistic. If I'm a zombie and I'm walking dead, why on earth do I want to eat your brain? Now, there was some sort of idea thrown out later on where apparently when they eat brain, they kind of grab their senses again and they become normal and they can think for a while, but then they lose it. So yeah, I guess, but I'd rather just say they like eating human flesh. And I say human because, you know, eating other animals and stuff, that doesn't make any sense to me. They're not human anymore, they're dead. So I would think they just want to eat other humans so that, I don't know, they could become human like them, I guess. Who knows? Plus, I don't know, this movie does incorporate the whole, if I'm a zombie, I know I'm going off on a lot, Pablo, you don't want to jump in.
No es que no quiera hablar, pero me gusta escucharte, señor borrador. Bien interesante las cosas que dices. Yo no sé qué yo pudiera tirar. Sí diría que el zombie es muerto y parece que tiene amistades ahí, como ven. Muy bien. Y ahora se encuentran y hablan. Se comunican de una forma que no entendemos. Y ella se esconde con un cuchillo. Pero continúe, señor Papel. Oh, espérese, yo soy el señor Papel. Pero continúe, señor Borrador. ¡Ay, encontró un muerto!
That's the one we saw in the trailer. Like about 5 seconds. It's a dead body that's up there. Why is it in a skeleton form? I don't know, man. Was there another zombie that started chomping on him? Has he been dead for so long that his body started to deteriorate? I can't tell you. Here comes like the main guy, the lead actor. I believe he was a teacher or a professor. I'm not sure if that was in the movie or if that was a real life credit, but yeah, there he is. And now the movie can start picking up because Barbara, well, she's got her flaws.
It's all right. Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us.
So yeah, what I was gonna say, the zombies eating brains, eating flesh.
The truck is out of gas.
This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
See, this dude comes in and he's like, hey, that's all about like action. You know, is there a key? I need gas. Let's get out of here. I don't know what she's up to, dude.
I suppose you've tried this.
I guess you could kind of say she's in shock.
Si me preguntas a mí, parece que está un poco nerviosa. Hay un hombre de color en su casa.
Papel, no! Although he might be right. Remember, this is the 1960s. This was a very long time ago. So there's that skeleton corpse, whatever. Oh, there you go. You see the color? You see how it goes, like, goes from color to black and white and then back to color. Yeah, this is trippy.
We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
Yeah, he's basically got the plan. You know, he's trying to figure out what am I up to? Where are we going? Let's figure this out. Let's get out of here. He didn't ask if she has a husband, so he might not be that interested. Nice sound effects, huh? Well, what I was trying to say before was the whole when these zombies eat you or bite you or kill you, then you turn into a zombie too. We'll see later on when we get a returning appearance from a former movie actor or whatever. Okay, finally she talked.
Oh, you think what's happening?
What's happening?
At least she's not blaming him for it. Oh, see, that's messed up, man. Why are those zombies messing with this dude's car? That doesn't make any sense, man.
2 of them.
I imagine the zombies talking to themselves.
There are 2 of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those 2.
I
know you're afraid, but we have
I
to...
don't know!
There goes the color. You see the color? It starts messing around. It's usually when it gets really loud. Look at that, man. They got rocks. They're breaking his like. Those zombies are racist. Also, you'll notice in this movie there aren't any colored zombies. Every single one of them is, I guess I want to say white. You know what I mean. No, they're not blue. Part 2 is where they're blue. Hentai, you can't talk, man. This is Propel's.
¿Son azul?
No, man, that's not what I meant. I don't want to hear you say blue. I meant like pencil. Oh, never mind, guys. Wow.
Señor operador, una pregunta que me viene a lo que digo de esta película. ¿Cómo es posible que estos zombies están otra vez vivos? ¿Qué es la explicación por cual ellos están regresando de la muerte a vida? ¿Y por qué están contra los seres humanos?
Yeah, right. So, Propel's asking me, why... Okay, Google Translate. Alright, so Propel's asking me, why did the zombies cross the road? No, why are the zombies alive again? And why is it that now that they're alive, the first thing they want to do is kill those that are alive? I guess, something like that. To answer your question, Mr. Propel, I'd say keep watching the movie. No. Later on throughout the movie, you're going to notice that there's actually a point where in the movie they explain that there's like some sort of a Venus probe that went out into outer space and came back and had some radiation, and that might be the reason for the uprising of these dead people. I can't really answer the question as to who these people are and how they died. Again, this isn't Return of the Living Dead when they're all coming from the cemetery. But as you notice, none of them are like dirty. They're not, like rags. They look like they were alive, well and healthy, and then got killed somehow. So where the first zombie came from, I can't answer that question, and I don't think this movie does either. I think it's like open to interpretation as to where the first original zombie came from.
Don't look at it.
That color? She's obviously a blonde, and he's got black hair. But that zombie, what, like brown maybe? That guy looks blonde. So here's another weird point in the movie. He's gonna throw that body out there, right? Let's see how the other zombies react to this. Oh, never mind. He's. I was just gonna say it's possible that they're gonna start eating their own fellow zombie because they're, flesh eaters. That would have been a better name for this movie. Flesh eaters. Night of the Living Flesh Eaters. So he I'm assuming because these flesh eaters don't want to be, I don't know, cooked, I guess. You know, dead meat, cooked and whatnot.
Yo nada más preguntaba porque me llama la atención. 1960 y algo. Supuestamente una nave espacial regresa de haber visitado otros planetas y está contaminada con un virus, si se puede poner. El virus afecta a varias personas en el mundo, los muertos regresan a la vida y quieren matar a los vivos. No sé, me hace pensar bien similar a las cosas que están pasando en este momento.
Yeah, right. So I think what Papa was trying to say is a lot of similarities. You have a probe that went out into outer space.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some boards,
Thank you,
something
Pencil.
about the fireplace, something we
Man,
can
you
nail
gotta
this
be good
place
for
up.
this. A probe returns from outer space, supposedly. There's some sort of virus, I guess, that's affecting people in a very negative way, I guess, sort of, if you think about it.
We have to try to board the house together.
People
We're
are
going to board
dying.
up the windows and the doors. Do you
Technically,
understand?
I mean,
We'll be
they
all
are
right
dying,
here.
so there's no
We'll
argument
be all right here
that.
until someone comes
They're
to
not
rescue
returning as
But
zombies.
we'll have to work together. You'll have to
people.
help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities
Okay.
here. I mean, I'm not gonna say that the Mars rover is gonna be blamed for the whatever virus is actually currently going on, but yeah, really interesting to kind of put those things together. You know, the probe goes into outer space, probe comes back, people get sick, people die. We just haven't gotten to the point where people come back to life and start killing other people. Although we did have a lot of mobs at one point, a lot of groups getting together and massively stepping on other people and killing people that way. There's also the police shootings, you know, those are deaths. Not really in the same vein as the zombies, but okay. Alright, I like that. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Me encanta la forma que actúa este hombre. Muy bien. Mandando a la mujer. Oye tú, ven para acá. ¡Haz lo que te digo! Pero después se da cuenta que debo calmar. Tranquilito, ven aquí, muñequita. Muy muchachita. Qué bonitos ojos tienes. Ayúdame, y yo te ayudo a ti.
Okay, Papel, relax. You don't gotta. Wow, man, he even made me sweat. Where am I? What's happening? Is this how I start a fire? Oh, is my name still Martha? Or have I turned to Martha?
Exactamente lo que yo estaba diciendo. Él hace el papel del hombre, el masculino, el alfa. Y ella hace la muñeca que le hace falta ayuda. Por favor, vengan y ayúdenme. No puedo caminar sin asistencia. ¡Ay, ay, ay!
Although, to counter a Papel, she's actually helping out here. She's holding on to the door. So that's good. At least she's trying. Yeah, I get it. You know, she's all... She's in shock. She's out of it, too. She doesn't know what's going on. Which, you know, I guess now looking at it from another point of view, I got a lot of point of views. I also got a lot of voices. She looks like the type of woman that actually plays the human audience. Like she looks like if that was me in that situation, obviously I'm a badass. Yo, man. Hold on. I don't want to cut him off. You know, I'm gonna try and save our talking when they're not talking. Plot points are very important.
If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors.
Secure.
Won't be long for those things be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now.
If we have to, we could go in here.
They're afraid of fire.
The zombies are afraid. How? How did you find that out? Never mind. Well, I was gonna say,
You know a place
she
right
plays
down the
like
road
the
called
human
Beekman's-
aspect. Like if that was me in
Beekman's
that
Diner?
situation. Oh, okay, he's gonna explain it. Okay.
Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there. There's a radio in the truck. I had jumped in
He's
to
pretty
listen
good,
to it
man.
when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road. But there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail. I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner. It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving.
He's explaining that pretty
By
good.
now it's like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. Could still hear the man screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. It was when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. There wasn't a sign of life left except by now there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone.
That's pretty good.
With 50 or 60 of those things just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding
¡Qué
in the
bien! ¡Qué
cemetery,
bien!
Johnny and me.
Y ahora habla. La, la, la.
We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny and he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" And we didn't have any. And oh, it's hot in here. Hot.
Me gusta la forma que la ponen a la dama. Qué rica.
And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said,
But yeah, I
"I'm
guess
not
it's the
afraid,
whole idea,
Johnny."
man. This dude comes in, and as soon as he walks into the movie,
And then this man
okay, so we're not gonna play the
started
race
walking
card
up
here,
the
but you must understand this is 1960s.
He came
There weren't a lot
slowly,
of
and Johnny
people
kept
of
teasing
his
me and saying, "He's
color
coming to get you,
making
Barbara."
movies, and let alone
And I
being
laughed
the lead
at him
in
and
the
said,
movie.
"Johnny,
He's like the
stop
main
it."
actor in this movie. It's the
And
reason
then
why I like
Johnny
the
ran away.
1990s version,
And
where
I-
it gives the woman
I went
the
up to
role
this
of
man,
being the lead actress. So
and I was going
I
to
think in both
apologize.
movies, George Romero,
Why
I
don't
don't know
you
if he
just
did the
keep
remake.
calm?
I'm
And I
assuming it's his
looked up,
story, but I don't think he did it. I'm not
And
too
I
sure.
said, "Good evening."
If if you look at it,
And he
in one
grabbed
movie
me.
he has the lead actor being an
He
African
grabbed
American
me.
individual, which at the time
And he
wasn't
ripped at
happening
me.
in any movie unless it was
He
a movie
held
about
me and
African
he
Americans.
ripped at my
So
clothes.
that's an
I think
incredible
you should just
thing,
calm
to be a
down.
milestone, like you can't imagine.
Oh, I
And then in
screamed,
the second,
Johnny!
or I should say the
Johnny,
first
help
remake
me!
of this
Oh,
movie, which
help
is the
me!
second version of this movie,
And
he has the
let
woman
me go.
become
He
the lead
ripped-
actress and take a role better than here. Because here,
And
okay,
then
he's
Johnny
giving the
came and
African
he
American
ran
his
and
due
he-
role, right? He's the top
he
dog.
fought this man.
He's, he got the plan.
And
He's got everything
I
in motion.
got
I'm gonna
so
do this. I'm
afraid.
gonna
I
do that.
ran.
Here we go.
I
I'm the one
ran.
in charge. You better listen to me. I'm the leader.
ran.
But he's got the woman, and she looks like she doesn't even like. She looks like a zombie.
Come. We've got. We have to wait for Johnny. Maybe we better go out and get him. We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there.
Yeah,
Please,
that's not gonna
don't
happen.
you hear me? We've got to go out and get him.
I don't think so, Barbara. Listen to me.
Please!
Sit down,
We
shut
have
up.
got to go get Johnny! Please help me!
He's gonna
Please!
have to do what he's gotta do.
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone!
Your brother is dead.
No! My brother is not dead!
At least she's alive, you know, she's acting.
Oh!
Oh! And he didn't slap her, man. He like hit her. And she took it. Look at her. That's really good, man. I remember Elvira, and she like played that scene over and over again. Like, you know what? We probably should upload that video, man, because I think it's funny, man. Like, she makes fun of this movie so well. Yeah, show that woman, you know, who's boss. He just keeps hitting her and hitting her and hitting her. That sound was not a slap sound. That sound was like a punch. And she took it. She was like, what? You got something more, punk? So yeah, we were quiet for a while there. There was a lot of dialogue. I wanted you to pay
Because of
attention.
the obvious threat to
Oh, because
untold
of the
numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country
Hundreds.
are pooling their resources through an emergency
The
network
entire
hookup
country
to
has
keep you
hundreds
informed
of
of all
radio
developments.
and
At this
TV
hour,
stations.
we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being...
That's really weird. They consider them assassins, homicides. It's so realistic. Monsters. Miami, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia. This guy's really good, man.
places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite of this urging and warning, streets and highways are packed with frantic people trying to reach their families or apparently to flee just anywhere. We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you are.
It's crazy, man. That's his way of like hitting a little barrier so they don't come in. He's really crafty, man. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just received word that the president has sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and joint chiefs behind closed doors. The White House
Look at that, man. He's done all that by himself while Barbara is taking a nap.
Following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C. now tells us that the emergency presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of this latest bulletin, repeating President members of his cabinet, the FBI,
Music is used very sporadically. It's almost like the music is telling you something important is about to happen. When they start talking with each other, there's no music.
Have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to
Quisiera decir muchas gracias a todos ustedes ahí en el universo de Yoto. Le agradezco mucho su tiempo y ojalá que nos podamos ver en el futuro cuando hagamos una película en español.
Yeah, Papel, thanks.
Keep it easy. Theorize about the reasons for this wave of murder. So far, the advice we're able to give the public is summary. Chief T.K. Dunmore of Camden, North Carolina, was quoted as...
Parece que se cansó el caballero. Trabajo como un caballo. Muy bien, descansa. Fumate un cigarro. Oh, cigarrillo, discúlpame. No sabía que era una dama.
Okay, I don't know what that was about. I guess smoking a cigarette is not masculine. You gotta smoke a cigar if you're a man, a cigarette if you're what do they call them? FAGs? No, that's what they call cigarettes in, what is it, in London? That's what they call them. I can't say the word because obviously, you know, it's gonna come on back. Yeah, man, we take a lot of words and we turn them into so many different things. Fade, white, and single. It's a single cigarette, defined.
Eso es lo que estoy hablando. Es hora de empezar la fiesta. Tengo mi pistola. Hace falta mi cuchillo. Y a ir a cazar un oso. Ahora, ¿quién me va a decir a mí que no?
Yeah, Papel's kind of right. I mean, now that you know, he's got the gun.
I found the gun and some bullets out there.
Gonna be mouthing off at him.
It was only late yesterday.
Oh, and these.
It became clear we were facing some kind of national emergency. When first reports began filtering in, newsmen and law enforcement agencies were of the opinion
This place is boarded up pretty solid now. We ought to be all right here for a while.
¿Y él por qué le está tocando los pies?
We have the gun and bullets, food and the radio. Sooner or later, someone bound to come and get us out.
Amigo, ella no va a hablar. Le acabas de dar una cachetada. Esa mujer no es capaz de hablar nunca más.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Yeah, I gotta admit. I mean, she just got hit pretty hard. I don't think she's gonna be talking to him. I understand some Spanish. I mean, I'm not an expert.
But I'm going upstairs now. If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it. Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been
Yo pensé que él había puesto los zapatos en sus pies, pero parece que sus pies no tienen zapatos. Eso está bien raro.
Yeah, look, I guess Papel hit on something there. He was putting shoes on her, but then in that scene, she's barefoot. So either he was just rubbing her feet while talking to her. You know, some guys like that. Or he put shoes on and then she, I don't know, ate them or something. Or they just disappeared. I have no idea who that is. I thought there was a skeleton on the staircase. And that's not a skeleton. That was clearly a woman with a regular head. So where'd the skeleton go?
Witnesses
threw
to
the skeleton
the effect
on
that
already?
people who acted
I
as though
wasn't
they
paying
were in a
attention.
kind of trance were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh
Look,
of
that
the
radio
people they
is a
murdered.
Zenith radio.
Repeating
That's
this
pretty cool.
latest bulletin just
Remember
received
Zenith,
moments
everybody?
ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil
Classic
defense
man.
authorities
Yeah,
have told newsmen
Zenith.
that murder victims
Wow.
show evidence of having been partially
That's
devoured
cool, man.
by their
That
murderers.
branding?
Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill.
Flesh,
And so
not
this
brains, flesh.
incredible story becomes more ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you. Reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
That's it, she's
Hold it! Don't shoot! We're from town.
A
radio.
County, Pennsylvania. The Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of
dead.
murder
New characters
victims
being introduced
being
here.
partially eaten by their slayers is true.
No entiendo cuántas personas hay en esta casa. Yo pensé que era nada más la muchacha y el
Use some help up here.
That's the
caballero.
cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How were we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody if they needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, if there were more,
The racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
all right, why don't we settle this?
Look, mister, we came up, okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Yeah, most of it. All but a few spots upstairs. They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood?
His wife and kids downstairs. The kid's hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy, you know that? You got 1,000,000 windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you, those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look.
You got a point.
The cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper.
He's got a point,
But
too.
down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for.
This reminds me of an episode
We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside.
La isla
But
de
down there
Gilgal.
with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
Tenemos el nombre
Maybe 6 or 7.
principal.
You two
Tenemos
can do
el
whatever you
nombre
want.
de edad.
I'm going back down to the cellar,
Tenemos el
and you
nombre
better
de
decide.
menos edad.
Because I'm
El
going to board
muchacho.
up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
La
Now, wait a
mujer
minute, Mr. Cooper.
No, I'm
soltera
not
que
going to wait.
perdió a su
I've
hermano.
made my decision, now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this.
What are you trying to say?
We can
Papa?
make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at
Tenemos
least consider
una
this
categoría
part.
de cada persona. Faltaría la criatura,
Locked yourself in this cellar and those things
faltaría
you've had it.
la
At least up
madre
here you have a fighting chance.
y faltaría la muchacha no soltera, o esposa o novia.
Looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
Esa muchacha soltera también es hermana. Entonces tenemos una de cada cosa. No tenemos viejitos, abuelitos y abuelitas. Varias cosas que faltarían. Un perro o un gato. ¡Ay, acción! Tenía razón el señor. Parece que el debate que están teniendo es a través de ¿nos quedamos aquí arriba con las puertas y las ventanas selladas de madera? ¿O nos metemos en el sótano? Vamos abajo, donde hay una puerta solamente que tenemos que proteger y todo el resto está sellado. No sé cuál de las dos decisiones es correcta y tampoco me importa. Al final todos van a morir.
It's all right.
Varias cosas que no entiendo todavía es por qué estos muertos de hambre están siguiendo la búsqueda de estos vivos. ¿Qué es lo que los atrae? ¿El olor a la piel? ¿El sonido del corazón corriendo? ¿Qué razón tienen ellos por querer entrar a esa casa? ¿Y por qué siguen viniendo? No se explica. ¡Uy! ¡Muy bien! Esta película se está poniendo mejor por el momento. No entiendo. ¿Eso era mujer o era muñeca? No tenía nada. Por atrás se veía todo y por adelante no se ve nada. Eso sí es mujer.
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be at every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in your damn cellar. Get out of here!
I'm taking the girl with me.
You leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly. I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that her old man is so stupid. Now, you get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
This dude is a good actor, man.
You know, I won't open this door
It's too
again.
bad her father.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help.
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
Ahí está, la novia.
Hotel, have you seen this movie before?
It's all right, honey.
No quiero decir.
Yeah, right. I got a weird feeling if you've seen this movie then the rest of us. I mean, again, folks, this is the black and white version. It's just colorized. So I just don't.
There's lots of places we
I
can run
remember
to up
parts
here.
of the original movie.
Mr. Cooper,
I know they're.
we'd all be a lot better off if all three of us were working
I know.
together.
I think the girl survives, right?
Hey, kid.
And then she finds the guys, like the posse. But then she finds
He's wrong,
the guy.
I'm not
and
boxing
he's still
myself
alive,
in down there.
So she kills him.
This radio station will remain on the air day and night.
There's a lot of cigarette smoking back there.
Well, we're safe now.
Oh, look,
Order the
Propel,
pipe.
the mother and the kid.
What about
Oh.
Tom and Judy?
They want to
You know,
stay
the
up
old
there and
people
let
and the
them.
pets.
There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard the screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them. Too many ways those monsters can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Huh, interesting. Yeah, he wants like the power and
Does
stuff.
anyone up there know why we're being
Like,
attacked?
yeah, I want to be in charge.
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that
The little
door.
girl is pretty messed up too.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us to tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon?
I think she turns into a zombie later. I can't remember too well, man. I saw this movie way too long ago.
We
Plus, I
may
was
not
thinking more
enjoy
of a
living
virus,
together,
so, I mean,
but dying together isn't going
What
to
is
solve
this?
anything.
What is this movie
Those
gonna
people
end
are
like
our
this is more
enemies.
Elvira. Go to a commercial.
Mr. Cooper, Ben found the television set upstairs.
Attractive woman, dressed
Let's go
incredibly hot,
Tom,
but also was funny. It's a good thing to be
if
funny.
Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
That looked like a hard edit there. I wonder what happened. It looked like she skipped and like
Will you do it?
back head. Like it just looked kind of weird.
have to. Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down there and us.
She doesn't want to help.
Do this for me.
Do I have to?
Okay, open up.
Like yes, if I have to. Don't you want to go down there and help out the little girl? Do I have to? Oh look at the color. It's, see, it starts going like all green. And it's the black and white trying to kick back in. That's great. That's a classic one right there. So yeah, that's a little girl. It looks like she's been hurt or attacked by the zombie that attacked them and flipped her car over.
Why don't you go
She hasn't immediately turned, so this is one of those you don't turn into a zombie until you die, or is it one of those you don't turn into a zombie until the virus from the bite or the scratch or whatever takes hold of your body? So there's no way of knowing which way the movie is going. What is known is that she's hurt and she will eventually turn into a zombie and probably end up biting one of them and turning them into one of the zombies. That happens a lot in these movies.
Her brother was killed.
Okay, well she's like tripping out.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
How do you know that?
I gotta go
You
help
never
Ben
told
with
him
the
that. What, in all the time that they were talking and they were going up and down and all that, the other guy told him that story about this girl's brother? That's weird, man. And what happened to, hey, we're gonna stay boarded up down there and we're not coming up here. Now they're all happy up there like, hey, okay, we're all up here. All right, good, great. I'm no longer the leader. I really want that food, but I'm not eating any of it. I don't get it, man. They were arguing for another cigarette. Wow. Man, the 60s. Yo! Light it up. Light them if you got them. That's insane, man. It's weird how back then, like, the radio is like the number one thing.
Harry's wife.
We have over 100 TV and radio stations across the country. 100. And everyone's smoking
Place
a
is
free
ridiculous.
cigarette, man. Like everyone has a
Look at
pack,
this.
everybody has matches.
There's a million weak spots up here.
Surprised he's not smoking.
Give me one of those.
Her brother
Calls
was
him
killed.
like I sees him, papel.
Es más, yo también quisiera fumar un cigarrillo. Pero no me gusta fumar.
And they talk about
Cigarrillos.
I can't see a
Okay.
damn thing.
I don't know. He does this weird thing with his eyebrows. You guys can't see it,
That's
but
how
it's
much
like
these windows are.
reminds me of Millhouse. Lower those eyebrows.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Both of them. Oh, The Simpsons.
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those
How
chairs
I miss
together.
you.
There's a socket over here.
So now they got a TV.
You better watch
so that's
this
cool.
and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Rabbit
Is there
ears.
anything I can do?
Now, that's
I
an
don't want to
antenna
hear
right
any more
there.
from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on. There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
It reports
Oh, rabbit ears, he called
they
it.
seem
I know my stuff, man.
of mass
I
hysteria.
used to have them out of
Mass
aluminum
hysteria.
foil.
What do they think we're
Or
imagining?
the clothes hanger. The clothes hanger. Oh!
Wave of murder which is
Anything to
sweeping
get a
the
signal,
eastern
man.
third of the nation is
I remember those
being committed
TVs.
by
Either I was
creatures
extremely
who
poor,
feast upon the flesh
or
of
I'm
their
extremely
victims.
old.
First eyewitness accounts
I didn't have
of this
knobs like
grisly
that, though.
development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured.
Wow.
I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you.
I'm not going to talk during
This
the
is
news
the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Emergency meeting called this afternoon by the president.
It's interesting,
Since
man.
convening this conference of the presidential cabinet, the FBI, Joint Chiefs
Mercer
of Staff,
Municipal
CIA
Building.
has not produced any public information. Why
I guess it's
are
like a
space
news
experts
station,
being
I
consulted
guess,
about an
something like that?
earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that
It
question
looks
centers on the
weird,
recent
man.
Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here.
See? Satellite to Venus.
That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely
I
destroyed
always remember
by
that.
NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman
virus.
Don Quinn in Washington
space probe.
has posed those questions.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get
Okay,
out of
it's not
here.
that close.
How are you going to get
Pretty
over to that
similar.
pump?
Pretty similar.
Hook.
Start
You're coming
blaming
from a
Mars
meeting
rover
regarding
for,
the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of
Well,
radiation.
just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been
logical
irrefutably
explanation that
proved.
we have at this time.
In other words, it is the military's viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen.
This seems to
I
be...
must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between them?
Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
But,
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded?
An unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Could have happened.
have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing.
Will there be a reply for the
Later?
Yes.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon. However, there will be a report this afternoon.
Well, perhaps there will be a report, a more full report. Will you close the window?
We are doing everything possible to solve the problem.
We're hoping to get some
Crazy, man.
We've heard all we need
So
to know. We
there's
have
the
to try
space
to get out
probe,
of
the
here.
Venus,
said
it
the
comes
rescue
back, the
stations, the doctors,
radiation.
and medical
It
supplies.
apparently leads to
If we could get care in there, we could get help for her.
One of the
mutation.
world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard.
It's like it's
I
all
saw a sign
movie.
that said Willard.
Any moment.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming, and Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead.
Oh, man.
Then these other
Boyfriend,
people
girlfriend.
came.
That's
We
crazy.
went down into the basement and put a bar
Different
across
times,
the door,
man,
and it is
different
pretty
times.
strong.
How could we possibly get away from here?
Judy,
We've got a
you
sick
wanna
child,
go to the lake to
2
swim?
women, 1 woman out of her
Me
head.
gustaría ir al lago para nadar contigo.
All right,
Dr.
Papa, relax.
Grimes,
I wasn't talking
your
to you.
entire staff,
Uh-oh.
I know, has been
Dr.
working
Grimes?
very hard to find some solution to these things
Grimy.
that are happening.
He's Frank
Do you
Grimes
have any
Sr.,
answers?
baby. Oh!
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me
The
stress
original
the importance
Grimes.
of seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic problem of patients?
Well,
Look, you go down there and tell Judy. Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
direct action taken with regard to the Venus probe. In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver. A cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning,
Okay.
it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
Ah, so the dead are coming back to life, not just the dead that are zombified or affected by a zombie. Or I should say attacked by a zombie. So yeah, this virus that's been spreading from the Venus probe is bringing dead back to life.
I heard.
It's a virus. So it's Resident Evil,
I'll
pretty
come
much.
back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Return of the Living Dead, it's a chemical
The body should
reaction
be
to some
disposed
sort
of
of
at once, preferably by
government.
cremation.
Well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give
Minutes,
people time
wow.
to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
That sounds familiar.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bed spreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars. Make Molotov cocktails and hold them out while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
First
There's a
time I've ever
big
heard
key
of
ring down there.
bottle
Or maybe a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. Better be this
He's
door.
right.
It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used
Man,
to the
these
truck. I
actors are
found
so
it abandoned.
I can
Except
handle
for
the
him.
truck, no sweat.
I can
You're
handle
right,
the
then.
truck, no
You and I'll
sweat.
go.
I found this key. It has a label for
We'll
the
put whatever
gas
lumber
pump
we
on
find
it.
behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into
See,
the
he
house,
talks naturally.
then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. All right, let's move it.
Like he's actually in the movie. He's actually in the moment, in the zone. Everyone else is like reading their lines or memorizing their lines, I guess.
We'll need many, many more such rescue stations.
I have gone to the second floor and returned
always have
to
a smile
speak
for
with
me.
you, Judy.
How can you smile like that all the time? How many do you have done? Come
Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks.
Recorded message?
They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
Currently out of service.
I know.
If you feel you've reached this message in error, please dial 0 now. Operator, what? Oh,
are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What about
I remember
getting
when
out of
the
here?
0 actually had the OP.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do.
You had the pound sign, you had the little star.
I don't know.
Ah,
Come
classic.
on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
OPER.
Why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck. And
So
I
now
can
they're
handle
having a
the pump.
debate whether
Ben
or
doesn't know
not
anything
he
about
should
that
go out
stuff.
there and help them. That's his girlfriend, so she obviously doesn't want him to get
For
hurt.
how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's going to
See,
be
this
more
is
and
the
more
whole
of those
aspect of this
things.
movie, Propel. It
I know
plays
all
off the whole idea. Is it better to stay locked, covered, hidden, safe, in your
Remember
area?
when we had the big
Or
flood?
do you risk going out
Remember
there
how difficult
and
it
trying
was
to
for us
escape
to convince you that
and
it was
hopefully
right to
reach
leave?
better place?
Remember?
The
Remember we
Walking
had
Dead
to go
does a
to
lot of
Willard
that.
then?
The whole idea of
This
they
isn't a
go out when
passing
they
thing,
find like a
honey.
place that they call home.
It's
they
not
turn
like
it into
just
their little
a wind
haven.
passing through.
They change things
We've
around
got
and
to
they
do
make it their own
something,
place.
and fast.
At the end of the day, the zombies eventually get in there. Through one way or another, eventually the zombies will get in. So you can't just
I
stay
just don't want
someplace
you
and
to
just
go
think,
out.
oh, wow,
That's
everything
all.
will be fine. We'll just protect ourselves and defend ourselves here. No, eventually you gotta go out there and fight. But again, the risk is when you go out there, you could, get hurt, possibly die.
You sure no use at all.
Good debate, man. It's a good debate. Do we stay or do we go? Fight or flight? Look at that.
And you.
This movie is fight or flight. Wow. George Romero. Good job. Oh, baby.
¡Ajá! Parece que el muchacho tiene una dama. Muy bien, el beso podría ser un poquito más largo, en mi opinión, y con más lengua.
We better get her downstairs.
Yeah,
We have to go
that,
downstairs now,
that was
Barbara.
funny.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while, until we get back. Then we can all leave.
Yo no puedo creer que esta mujer está que va a combatir contra todos ellos. Y otra vez me pregunto, ¿dónde están sus zapatos? ¡Qué parte más rara! Ok, entonces yo voy a decir exactamente lo que va a pasar ahora. Los dos de ellos van a tratar de salir afuera. Van a tratar de una forma u otra, echarle gasolina a su vehículo y tratar de escaparse en el mismo vehículo. Mientras tanto, las personas que están en el segundo piso van a tirar bombas de gasolina con fuego para evitar que los zombies ataquen a las personas adentro de la casa. Suficiente tiempo le darían para que puedan salir de la casa, entrar al vehículo y todos se pueden escapar feliz y la película se acaba. Aunque veo que todavía nos quedan 30 minutos y difícil que eso vaya a pasar. Veremos.
Hey, nice setup, Papa. I like that. Really, really good. Also, we're about to hit our first copyright. Thanks to the alien. I have no idea. That's what YouTube said. And Mio I don't know, it's like about 2 minutes. So what we'll do is, they said the audio was monetized, because I guess it's like part of some other audio that's been copyrighted. But the video's not, so you'll see the video. You're just gonna hear me and Papa have a little debate on, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll talk about this another series, which obviously will not be like this. This is the first one, so we're doing a whole movie. But we're probably gonna do the Found Flicks, Dr. Wolfula style, which is just, grabbing clips, showing scenes, maybe a little bit of audio, and just talking about movies. In fact, we might just reuse their movies. Alright, it's just here, ReTried. Oh! ReTried it! Oh! That's what I'm talking about, player. Bro, this channel is awesome. I love ReTried. ReTried it, baby. Where everything gets retried.
I'm going with him.
Doesn't matter.
Get back in the cellar.
ReTried.
It's too late. It's too late.
Oh, see, so there's always someone who messes up the plan. So she messed it up. And that dude's not playing around. He completely locks her out.
Well, if you're coming, come on.
Let's go!
Get in.
That's a silly woman, though, man. She ain't need to go out there. So yeah, so they're gonna go, they're gonna, like Propel was saying, they're gonna drive to the gas pump, they're gonna unlock it with the key, they're gonna fill the truck with gas, and then they're just gonna drive away. Now at this point, that dude that's looking through the window should be upstairs on the second floor. Hey look, it's that zombie! The one that started all of this. Or is that the zombie? He should be on the second floor throwing Molotov cocktails, but he's not. He's actually there, just looking through the window. So he's not helping them at all. He really doesn't care about helping them. He probably wants them to die. Trying to see where this thing gets monetized. Somewhere. I have no idea. That's a good question. He was asking me, what is monetized? There's no music that's played. Like, there's just like, I guess maybe the scene is being used. So, kind of like the thing that happened to us with Popeye, where the Sinbad one, like there's some, not the Sinbad one, the one where he needs Aladdin.
This key won't work.
Okay, so the key didn't even work. Like a section of it is monetized. It looks like it's gonna be right here. Alright, so this one is apparently monetized. So you can't hear what's going on, which is nothing. It's just like an orchestra or something in the background. Basically, he's saying, to get away from the pump. Hey, let's do the thing, Propel. I'll be the kid and you be the other guy. Hang on!
¿Qué están haciendo? ¡Regresen ahora mismo! No puedo creer que me dejaron abandonado aquí. Ahora muero como nací, solo y triste.
Let's get out of here! Come on, let's go! Stop messing around, let's go! Oh, we're dead! The explosion has killed us both! Yes, we're talking even into fire!
¡No puedo creerlo! ¡No! Oh, yo pensé que no iban a enseñarlo. ¡Mi camioneta! Nada más me quedaban 3 palos y era mía. No puedo creer que esos muchachos la destruyeron. ¡Qué triste para nosotros!
I can't talk anymore because I'm technically dead. I was the guy. So I'll just let Propel take over. I'll be the zombies. Arr, arr, we want flesh. We want flesh. Arr, arr, arr. Oh, we're not supposed to laugh. Arr, arr, we want flesh. We want flesh. ¡Ay!
¡Tengo que regresar a la casa! Pero no tengo las llaves. Y ahora este no me va a dejar entrar. ¡Abre la puerta! ¿Qué te pasa? ¡Ábreme la puerta!
Okay, so the audio's back. So yeah, you saw that was me and Propel doing our best impersonation of what... Oh wait, the audio's still... Oh wow, it's still off? Okay.
¡Ay, ayúdame! ¿Qué te pasa? ¿Por qué me tenías la puerta cerrada?
Okay, now the audio's back. Alright, so I mistimed it by a little. So yeah, they were trying to, you know, tell us that apparently that's been monetized for some reason or another. I don't really know and I don't really care. I just don't want to, you know, break the rules. So we're going to have 2 more points like that. The next 2, we promise, will be a lot shorter. That was the longest by far. I have no idea what that audio clip, like, who uses it, like, who has control of that section. There's no music unless it's this orchestra that's playing. Like, it's really weird, man, but whatever. It is what it is. So we're not going to, you know, yeah, I can't say that. Our video masters, edit that last part out. We're not going to go against our video masters and not do what
drag you out there and feed you. Yo debería sacarte afuera y darte...
Propel, we already finished that. Thank you, man. We got it. We got it.
Oh, entiendo. ¿Estás seguro que no necesitan que diga más escenas?
Yeah, no, that's fine, Propel. We're good, man. We're just gonna let the play out. The next one is coming up in a couple of minutes. So, yeah, that got copyrighted, apparently, for some reason. Again, just the audio. I don't know. But now it won't be, because you get to hear us. And a little scene. Which, by the way, at the beginning of the movie, you notice when that dude and that girl were giving their little stories as to like how they found out about the zombies. Now this doesn't make any sense. What are the zombies doing? Now they're eating the flesh? That's not flesh, that's body parts. So they're eating body, they're body eaters, not flesh eaters. Oh my goodness, is that real? Oh. Man, wow, that looks like a nice rack of ribs. That does not. Oh my goodness, wow. Man, there's something wrong about all this. Yeah, so that plan went completely bad. They lost the truck, they lost the gas, and they lost 2 of their victims, or friends, people. Yikes. Well, that was horrible.
Isn't it 3 o'clock yet?
What the hell do you care?
There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
It's a classy woman, though, man. Look at her. Good body.
Oh.
Good outfit.
Only 10 more
No
minutes?
women in pants, except for the one that died.
Very long to
killed her off.
We can leave. Well, we better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
Yeah. Sure, 10 minutes. I'm sure that... Well, actually, there's like 10 minutes left of the
You know
movie.
anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know.
Classic hairstyle, too. Got the little bee bun and all that.
Just trying to get to a
Beehive?
motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems
These
like
scenes do not match up, man. They're not connected. He's talking to himself.
It's at least a mile.
Johnny has
This
the
has been
keys.
edited. That's like if when I say something and then Propel responds, like you can tell that we're not in the same room. Oh, I mean, whoops.
What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
¿De qué estás hablando, señor borrador? Claro que estoy aquí contigo. Ven aquí, amigo. Dame un abrazo.
Hey, get off me, man. What's wrong with you?
Knows what kind of disease
Ven
those things
aquí.
Is she conscious?
Tú ves, estamos en el mismo cuarto. En el mismo estudio. Ay, perdón.
Yeah, good job.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You're gonna turn it over by
No,
yourself.
no dije 4, dije
Can't
cuarto.
start the
Perdón.
car. Johnny has the keys.
Oh, Johnny. All this Johnny stuff. Johnny's dead, woman. Get over it.
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
Uh-oh. Did you forget about the zombies? The main characters of the movie? Alright, so coming up is going to be another quick scene.
Good Lord.
Where also it got monetized. It seems like this one's shorter. It's only like about 12 seconds. Bro, I don't know, man. 12 seconds?
Being monitored closely by scientists at all the radiation detection stations. At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls. This one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan.
So they're actually searching for them and destroying them. That's pretty cool.
Now let's go to
I like
that
that.
film report. All law enforcement agencies
All right, it's
and
gonna
the
cut off,
military
remember, like 12
have been
seconds,
organized
so
to
I'll
search
do my
out
best to fill
and
it in.
destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a...
That's called a ghoul, not a monster. Hey, ghoul, I like that word. Like ghoul
place
school.
that bullet.
It's a good video game.
So it's very simple. Essentially, you want to do an
So
imaginary
this has been audio,
X from the
basically,
eye to the opposite ear.
They've
Where
been
those two lines
activated by the
intersect
radiation,
is
kill the
pretty much
brain,
where you want to shoot
you
them.
kill the ghoul.
Supply wagon, cuz.
So,
no,
for some
where are
reason, there you go, we're back.
Hey,
For some
Jack,
reason,
put that
they didn't
thing
want
all
you
the
to
way
hear
in the
that.
fire. We don't want to
Like,
get
that's been
nothing
monetized. You kill the brain, you kill the
Chief
ghoul.
McClellan, how's
I guess
everything
you
going?
can't say that.
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking
I don't
it
know,
pretty
man. That
good.
seems really weird,
You
Pencil.
wanna
Like,
get
it
on the
has
other
nothing
side
to
of
do
the
with
road over
anything.
there?
It's not a song.
Chief, do you think we'll
It's
be
just
able
a
to
quick
defeat
little...
these
You
Well,
kill
we
the
killed
brain,
19
you kill
of
the
them today
ghoul.
right in this area.
Yeah, you're not
Those
supposed to
last
say
three
that.
we caught trying
Why
to claw
not?
their
Like,
way
what the
into an
hell is-
abandoned
I'm
shed.
sorry, I
They
can't
must
say
have
that
thought
word.
somebody was
Like,
in
what is
there.
that?
There wasn't, though. We heard
It's
them
just
making all
so-
kind of
so
noise. We
weird,
came
man.
over and beat them off, blasted them down.
So they're killing them. They're killing the
Yeah,
zombies.
okay.
They're basically
Chief,
solving the
if
problem.
I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot
You?
him in the head.
Probably
That's
not.
a sure way to kill him. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat him or burn him. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many
I
of
like
them
that
there
this is
are. We
actually
know
in
when we
black and
find
white,
them, we can kill
while
them.
the rest of the movie is in color.
Are they
That's pretty
slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, we don't really know.
24 hours,
We know
man,
we'll be
calm
into
down,
it
dude.
most
This
of the
is a
night,
world
probably into
pandemic.
the early morning.
Or
We're
is this
working
just
our way
something that's
toward
happening
Willard,
in
and we'll
America?
team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able
Ah.
to give a more definite view.
Thank you very
America
much,
and
Chief
its
McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV 11 News.
Thank you, Bill, for that report. Official spokesman declined to speculate just how long it may take to kill off all the flesh eaters, so long as the
So
heavy
technically,
rain...
that dude's idea, not the main guy, the short bald guy, he's kind of right. Like if they hold off,
Is the fuse
I
box
don't know
in the
about the
cellar?
cellar. They're both
I
right.
don't know.
Uh-oh, lights go out. Everybody, lock everything up. Let's
Isn't
all
the
stay
fuse?
hidden, and eventually we'll be saved.
Power lines are down.
Maybe that's the whole point of the movie. Like, if you
Helen,
just calm down, stay still,
have
and let
to
the
get
government
that
take
gun.
care of everything, you'll be fine. But if you go
Haven't
out there
you
and try and
had
be your own
enough?
hero, that's when you start having
Two
problems.
people are dead already on
That's when you
account
start
of that
having issues. That's when
guy.
you start having,
Take a look out that window, Crooked.
problems. If you just stay still and calm down, the government will come and save you. Don't go out there and be a hero. Let the government take care of you. I mean, that's my assumption. Now the zombies are picking up weapons. The fire has been burned down, so now they're able to go into the house. All right, we're about to have our last cutout. Again, we apologize for these 3 little interruptions, but we're gonna try and do our best to fill in. I'm gonna let Propel take over this one. Hopefully you enjoy this, man. This thing is, oh man, are you serious? 2 minutes? Oh well, have fun.
¡Ay! ¡No puedo creer lo que está pasando! ¡Están entrando por la puerta! ¡Ayúdennos! ¡Por favor, ayúdennos! Estoy cantando para darle efecto, señor borrador. ¡Ven aquí, amigo! ¡Ayúdame! ¿Yo no puedo hacer esto solo? ¡Por favor, ven y ayúdame! ¿Qué te pasa? ¿Te crees gracioso o qué? ¡Ven para acá! ¡Ayúdame ahora! ¡Tráeme la pistola! ¡Necesito ayuda! Ahora yo tengo la pistola. Y yo soy el que mando. ¿Tú crees que ahora estás encargado? Mujer, ve para allá abajo. Métete abajo ahora. Dame esa pistola. Esa no es tuya. ¿Tú crees que eres mejor que yo? No sé qué hacer. Voy a mirarlo los dos. Ajá. Ahora yo tengo la pistola y te voy a matar. No, por favor. ¡Ay! Me diste en la barriga. Y estoy muerto. Lo tuve que matar, discúlpame. Creo que las voces han cambiado. ¡Ay! ¡Me están llevando el cuello! ¡No sé qué hacer! ¡Ayúdenme, por favor! ¡Ay! ¡Ay! Me dio duro en la barriga. Ahora dramáticamente me voy a caer por las escaleras y voy a morir. Una vida tristemente difícil. ¡Ay! ¿A dónde está mi machete? Ah, digo, mi hija. Oh, ahí está.
Okay, so there you go. So for whatever reason, that was also monetized. Go figure. I don't know, and I don't really care. It is what it is. Those are the 3 audio cutouts. From now on, we get to talk throughout the rest of the movie, which is another, oh man, 10 more minutes. Oh man, yeah, we're not going to be doing a full-length movie. Nah, we'll do found flicks. It's a lot easier. Quick 30-minute little thing. By the way, if you don't know about found flicks, you should follow them. They're really good. Or subscribe, or whatever. Just watch their videos. The guy does a good job. He's not good at getting haircuts, but aside from that, he's pretty good at, like, you know, the stuff that he does. Oh look, the chick actually woke up. Oh.
Karen?
I guess that's one way to do it. So she wakes up, she takes a bite out of her dad,
Oh, baby.
And the mother apparently is like in shock and she doesn't want to kill her daughter. So she'll just lay there. Oh, see? The zombie's picking up a weapon. So again, these zombies are a lot smarter than the average zombie. Like Yogi Bear, if he was a zombie. Wow, that's pretty messed up. Ooh.
¡No, no! ¡La muchachita está matando a su madre! ¡No puede ser! ¡Ay! Este día es muy triste para papel. Y yo pensé que la niña iba a sobrevivir. ¡Ay! Muy triste, muy triste. No me gustó este final. ¡Oh, todavía estoy vivo! Digo, todavía está vivo. ¡Y no, la otra muchacha! ¡Bárbara, no! ¿Y tu hermano Johnny? ¿Qué va a hacer sin ti? ¡Ah, mira, el primer zombie! ¡Todavía está vivo! ¡Wow!
Yeah, look, it's the same. It's that first zombie. Hey, it's Johnny! Yeah! What's up, Barbara? What you know about Johnny? Come here. Oh, Johnny Cake's in the house. Johnny 5. Johnny Mnemonic. Johnny Utah. Wow, Keanu Reeves has played a lot of Johnnies. John Wick. Oh, crap. He really has. What's it his name? What was it? Neo? What was his name? Wasn't it John Smith? Or John Anderson? Yo, Keanu Reeves has played a lot of Johns, man. That's weird. I never noticed that. Oh, Johnny Utah himself. So the little girl, apparently she bite. No, she bite him? No, she didn't bite him. And now he goes into the cellar. So after everything, that old bald-headed guy, the father of that little zombie girl, he was actually right. The best place was down there in the cellar. Wow. Who'd have thought, huh? Kind of ironic if you think about it. Had they just listened to him, they would have grabbed all the food, all the materials, the water, all that stuff, even the radio and the TV like they were able to do, take it down to the cellar. I'm sure there has to be electricity down there if they have a light. And they would have barricaded that door and would have been safe down there. Eventually, the posse would have killed all these zombies off, and they would have been rescued at the end of the movie. Wow. But instead, they have this ending, where everyone's dead except for the main character. And that's it, because they just killed Barbara too, so, wow. That's pretty sad.
Al final, posiblemente le hubiesen hecho caso a ese señor.
Papel, that's what I just said.
Le hubiesen hecho caso a ese señor. Qué triste. Qué triste.
Yep. Oh, wow, look at that. I'm surprised YouTube lets us show them. Hey, wait a minute. It's all your fault. Well, actually, you were right after all. That's what you should say. You were right after all. And then shoots me. Hey, but at least this dude survived, so that's a good thing, right, I guess? Now, here's the question. I know how this movie ends because the ending is a very famous ending. It's a very controversial ending. It's got a lot of deep meaning to it. A lot of deep meaning to it. Okay, wait a minute. So she turned into a zombie as well? She didn't get bitten by the little girl. She just got killed. So this is playing into the Walking Dead theory of zombification, where something is spread out into the atmosphere, and anytime anyone dies, they come back as reanimated corpses. They can then kill animated corpses, living creatures, and then those creatures turn into also zombies or whatnot. You don't have to be bitten or scratched or whatever affected, or I should say infected by the zombie. You die and you become a zombie until you get killed again by I'm sure he's shooting them in the head. I'm sure he is. I know he's not going to be burning them in the sun. So what do these zombies do? Look at the trippy colors, right? See, from color to black and white. That's pretty cool. I like it. It's like a feature, like a 3D effect. Alright, so we get to daytime. We're obviously at the end of the movie. Alright, Pencil, perfect. Yeah, that's the perfect thing to... Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Oh, come on, man. It's only been 2 hours. Hey, for the past 2 hours, I was able to entertain you. Me and Papa were able to entertain you with a great movie that's been out for like about 80 years. We got to give you a little bit of banter. Back and forth we go. You got to hear my side. You got to hear Papel. And we talked over the copyrighted stuff. So, you know, we didn't miss out on what actually happened. Or did you? So here comes the drunken posse. Looks like the same posse that took out Michael Myers. Or was it? They took out the wrong guy, right? Man, that was a weird part of that movie. We thought we killed Michael, but it ended up being old Joe. Yeah, we didn't know. Well, we just shot the cheapers out of him. He's dead now. Oh, look, the purple car's in there. There you go. That'd be nice, man. I like to drive a car that's purple like that. Candy coat. Here come the dogs, just like in Resident Evil. They'll turn into zombies as well. Everybody with a gun.
Sal, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. Right, you stay here, Bill.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers. You're doing all the work. You take it.
Thank you. We should
Such
be wrapped
bad
up here
acting
about
in this
3 or 4
movie,
more
man.
hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the
Everything
National
is
Guard.
forced. There's nothing natural.
Nick, you and the rest
this
of these
dude
men
is
want to come
natural.
with me?
This chief, he's
No,
got
I'm
the
checking off
natural
to see what's
chops.
happening. All right,
This
Steve,
guy
tell
does
him we're
not.
going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
Everything appears to be under control. He's a news reporter. That chief is pretty good. And this guy, obviously, the lead guy. So look, he survived, man. Had he listened to his homeboy, old Baldy Locks himself, he would have made it. And they all would have survived. All of them. But no, I'm the one in charge. Hey, we're all going to stay up here with these boarded windows because the wood is enough to protect us. And everyone else is dead. Like, literally, everyone in the movie is dead except for him. Nice sound effects. Sound like popcorns. It was a crazy movie. I gotta admit, it was a real crazy movie.
They need you down there by the barn.
Most of the action, like, it comes at you in pieces. There's a lot of talking.
Roll the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house.
There are a few mistakes here with the editing. Like, you can tell when
Somebody had a cookout here, Vince. Yeah, sure looks like it, Cal.
when they're talking by themselves and then they get spliced into talking with someone else. So I'll say something, and then
Yo vengo y digo algo,
and then I come back and say something.
y después yo te respondo.
So you can kind of tell when it's like one scene and then another scene and then another scene and then just put them together. They're basically not in the same room at the same time doing the same scene. It's playing points, but it's still, man, for the '60s. Great movie. Not scary. That I'm sorry. I can't watch this movie and actually be scared. Like, there's nothing inside of my head telling me, people will come back from the dead and they'll want to eat my flesh and I'll have to run away.
Tony,
Trust me, I've seen scarier
want to
things.
get out in that field and build me a bonfire?
Okay, so there you go. So he survives. It's gonna be a real happy ending.
Espérate, borrador.
Papel.
You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire.
Ah,
Nothing
muy
down here?
bien.
All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house, man. There's something there. I heard a noise.
Ahí viene un zombie con una pistola.
Right between the eyes.
Oh no!
Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
¿Le tiraron un tiro a un zombie con una pistola? No entiendo.
Yeah. So Papel, you're right. This is the whole controversial ending. A drunken white posse of individuals with guns going around shooting people see an African-American man inside of a house with a gun pointed at them, and they shoot the zombie, supposedly, and they take him to the fire and they kill him. That's the messed up part of this movie, like the messed up ending, where nobody survives. Every single character that you saw died, except for the drunken posse. I keep saying drunk, alright, they weren't drunk, but it's just funny, man, because, and plus, the only African-American in the entire movie makes it all the way to the very end, just to, see his hopes and dreams go out the window, literally, when he looks and he gets killed. Now, he could have, instead of going out to the window with his gun pointed, maybe he could have been like, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, you know, some yelling or something, maybe not have a gun pointed at them. There's a lot of things he could have done differently, but it doesn't excuse the fact that you're a group of people who are killing zombies, and you see a man pointing a gun at you and you decide to shoot him because you think he's a zombie. Again, and then you're grabbing with fire, a bunch of white people with guns, carrying the non-white person into fire and burning him. There's a lot of symbolism here. This was back in the 60s when things were really crazy, you know? So, you know, look at it however you want. The ending is what it is. I personally like to say that this ending tells you that no matter how hard you try to dictate how your life is supposed to be, sooner or later, majority will always rule. The masses will always get you. An individual cannot survive on its own. No matter how unique you think you are, sooner or later the masses will get to you. And that's what ends up happening to our friend here. That was a pretty good movie. Again, we're definitely not going to be doing that ever again. I'm sorry, guys. We weren't expecting this recording to go this long. But, you know, we're working on it. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much to all of you out there at the ReTried base. We hope that you stay ReTried. And as always, don't forget to charge those batteries.